Today on Street Rodding American Style, we're heading out to Wichita, Kansas, and the Bug-O-Rama. Over 150 VW enthusiasts showed up to show off their rides, including a 63 Volkswagen Ragtop, a 1970 Karmann Ghia, a 1970 VW convertible, and a 61 Volkswagen pickup. It's Bug-O-Rama and it's next, here on Street Rodding American Style.
Support for Street Rodding American Style is provided in part by BG Products Incorporated. BG Products Incorporated is dedicated to making vehicles last longer and perform better in the meantime. In shops all over the world, BG Products serves the driving public with innovative products and proven programs of automotive maintenance. More information can be found at bgfindashop.com.
They make you look, dream, and sometimes even wish. These are street rods, built or just owned by those who have the same passion. My name is David Wolf. And along with Cy McCormick and Patricia Brown, we travel to admire these passions. These are works of art and are designed with the personality and the ingenuity of the owner in mind. Built in garages, barns, and even under shade trees in communities all across this great land of ours. This is more than just a hobby. This is an addiction. This is Street Rodding American Style.
Dude, guess what?
What's that?
We've got to go to this car show today in Wichita, Kansas.
Okay, now you know I love car shows, but what's so special about this one?
Dude, listen to this.
I'm listening.
All Volkswagens.
All Volkswagens?
All Volkswagens. And you know how I love Volkswagens, man. We got to go. Let's go.
Okay, I know you love them. I'll tell you what. Let's go do it. We're going to take you along with us.
Woo!
I think he's happy.
I am here today with Brian Smith. He is the promoter of the 3rd annual Bug-O-Rama. And Brian, I got to ask you, where does someone get the passion to put on a show just for Volkswagens?
Well, I tell you, it's something that I've done and enjoyed my life as a kid doing this, and I wanted to start it. 2010 was our first annual.
Very
and
good.
We're at our 3rd annual now, so.
Excellent. How many cars do you think you're gonna get today? Well, not just cars, actually, right?
Well, cars.
Wait, cars, buses.
Karmann Ghias, yeah, dune buggies.
Right. How many are you expecting?
I would think probably around 100. I'm hoping 100 today. It would be nice. We had 97 last year.
Now, I've heard that some owners name their cars, buses, all of it. Is this true?
Yeah.
Really?
Matter of fact, Otis is sitting out here. We've got Betty over here somewhere. We've got Wilma sitting right there. Wilma.
Wilma slammed to the ground a little bit.
Wilma slammed to the ground, but we got Wilma sitting there.
Well, Brian, I am excited to check out all of these Volkswagens today, and I cannot wait to find out what treasures Cy and David find.
That's right.
I'm out here at a Volkswagen show, and I find this Volks Rod. This is his owner, Rod, and this thing is amazing. Rod, what are we looking at, man?
Oh, looking at a 70 VW convertible.
In 1970, Jimi Hendrix passed away. Coca-Cola started the slogan, "It's the real thing," and Doonesbury was the fad comic strip.
This is a 1970 Volkswagen?
That's what it started out as, real convertible.
It started off as a convertible. It didn't look like this when you found it, though.
Nope, it was a Baja Bug when I got it. It was raised up about 10 or 12 inches taller than it is now, and full roll cage and tilt front end and everything.
And so you completely annihilated that thing and turned it into this beauty.
Yeah,
what
slammed it on the ground. It's been stretched 11 inches in the front, dropped 2 inches, and 2-inch drop disc brake spindles.
You say stretched 11 inches?
Yeah, the wheelbase is 11 inches longer than stock.
So you cut the front end off, put it up.
Right in front of the firewall, cut it off, and extended it.
To kind of give it that open roadster look.
Yeah, well, it looks kind of like an old Fiat, old gasser in the front with the hood hanging out there with nothing under it.
Did you have to modify the hood in any way to do that? Did you have to stretch the hood out, or does it fit all right?
The hood's stock.
Cool.
Stock hood.
When these guys stretch the front ends out, did they ever put like the Ford front ends on them, or what would you typically see done?
Yeah, in fact, I had a tube axle and stuff hanging from the wall I was going to put on here with hairpins and everything.
Well, what made you go with the Volkswagen instead of the Ford?
Because I had more money in the hairpins in the front end than I did the whole car to begin with. So.
Absolutely. That's something that's really cool about Volkswagens, man, because if somebody wants to get into hot rodding, obviously it can be done with what we're looking at right here. And on a budget.
Yeah.
How much do you think you got wrapped up in this thing?
I probably got well over $6,000 in it.
$6,000 for a sweet hot rod.
Got to count my time for something too.
Oh, yes.
Years of time.
Of course. Rod, the tires on this thing are enormous. I think you probably got more wrapped up in wheels and tires on this thing than I got my whole car together. Open wheel fenders, massive tires. Tell me the pros and the cons.
The cons are you don't drive it in the rain.
I imagine you'd probably get away from me pretty quick.
And you got to watch for water puddles too, unless you want to do a lot of cleaning. But other than that, they're noisy. You can hear them going down the road, down the highway and stuff, but I don't mind them. I'm a hot rodder anyway. I like real hot rods don't have fenders.
That's right. Real hot rods don't have fenders. That's awesome, man. Do you have to worry about, rocks getting chipped up and thrown in your face or anything like that? I noticed you got a helmet in the back.
No, it doesn't do anything like that too bad. It's usually pretty tame about that.
Now, in 1970, it probably would have came out with, what, a 1600 cc?
Yeah, it had a 1600 in it.
What's it got in it now?
It's 1835.
1835. So we got a little bit more meat in that motor.
It's got bigger pistons and cylinders. They're about the size of a big block Chevy.
Sweet. So you got more horsepower.
Yeah.
Does it like to get down the road?
It runs pretty good. The big tires hold it back, but they're just for looks. But the motor will run pretty good.
I gotta hear this thing, and we will in a little bit. But I imagine it is loud as all get out.
Yeah, you can make it loud. Gotta be careful.
Now tell me. You gotta be going through the bridges and overpasses, and you gotta goose on a little bit just for the ladies. Tell me you don't do that.
Downtown car shows, when they're sitting underneath the Douglas Bridge down there, you can gap it and everybody will jump clear off the bridge.
It's a good time, man. This thing's awesome, man. Rod, I'm checking your car out here, and I noticed you got this hand sticking out the back, and you got chicken stuff in the front. Please tell me what we're thinking when we're doing that.
I guess it's kind of a rat rod thing. It makes people ask questions.
Do you get a lot of questions about this thing?
Yeah, and it's fun to watch the kids walk up to that hand and want to touch it. And their mom will go, don't touch that. The hot rodders around, they see a Volkswagen, you still get the credit, right? Yeah, it's traditional type hot rod.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Well, man, I got one more question for you. Can we hear this bad bug?
Sure.
Let's fire it up, man.
Can you guys tell me you have some VWs in the show today?
Yeah.
What do you have?
59 single cab.
Is this it over here?
That's it.
So did you drive it or trailer it today?
Trailered it.
You trailered it? You didn't drive it all the way here?
No.
Because you're from, now with 2 kids. And you're from Oklahoma. And I see that you have one here as well, is that correct?
Yes, and that's Topless Lady.
Topless, woohoo! Nice, I like that name. That's sweet.
71, and I trailered it.
Okay.
We're from Guthrie, Oklahoma.
Oh my goodness. Can I ask how it got Topless Lady? It's only because of the convertible. Any other reason?
Only because of the convertible.
No other reason, right? We just want to clarify, no other reason.
When slamming a car as low as it can go, you need to be careful what might lie in the road. It's Michael and his low Carmen Gia next on Street Rodding American Style.
Michael, love this car. What are we looking at here?
That's a 1970 Carmen Gia.
In 1970, a gallon of gas was 36 cents. The Beatles broke up, and the movie MASH was the box office hit.
But this is not normal. I'm seeing a lot of modifications to it. It's low. How'd you get this low?
Air ride.
Air ride.
Yeah.
So it's not static drop. It's all air ride all the way around.
All the way around.
So how low can you go with this?
All the way the pan.
So now how do you know when it's too low?
It wants to stop.
So it's like putting the anchor out?
Pretty much.
Do you like to scrape or not?
I do, but it usually tells me when it's time to go back up.
Michael, has there been a time that you've been too low with this?
Yes.
When?
There were a batch of hedge apples on the street.
Yeah? You squish them, don't you?
No, it rolls across the top of them.
Really?
And it wanted to kind of sidetrack across a double line until the tires caught pavement again.
So you're rolling on the hedge apples,
Right.
not your tires.
Right.
Was that a rush, or was that kind of a little scary incident?
It was scary until I got back on my side of the road.
And they said, hey, pretty cool.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, wait till the guy said this.
What about the tape on the headlights?
It started out as like what I wanted was kind of a salt flat running look.
Right.
And then I kind of thought, well, I'll go rally. And then it all got tied up, and then it's stuck on high beams. So if you cover a third of the headlight, it looks like a low beam.
So you're happy with the tape? It's
Yeah.
going to stay there?
It kind of has to, unless I want to get pulled over. at
Oh,
night.
really?
Yeah.
You don't want to get pulled over?
No.
When was the last time you got pulled over with this?
2 years ago, and that was because the stereo was too loud.
Not for being too low, not for the engine too loud. You just had the jams cranked a little bit on this.
That's right.
So now I look at the car also, this paint job is very cool. How do you keep the rust from happening on this?
About $28 worth of Rust-Oleum spray can clear coat.
Clear coat?
Yep.
So you just put this clear coat on there and it keeps it from rusting?
Yep.
I'm looking back at the engine. The air cleaner on there, it's stacked. Why'd you stack it?
With just one air cleaner on there, I was going to have to bend or cut a small hole in the hood anyways. So I put another air cleaner on it just to make it look like it was worth it.
It's exaggerated.
Yeah.
Why'd you put a velocity stack?
It wouldn't look round. It just didn't look right, having a round hole with the velocity stack out of there.
Oh, because of the Weber carb?
Right.
Because Weber carbs are rectangle.
Right.
And, okay, I can see that. What's some fun stories about you and this car besides the hedge apples?
Going to Springfield one night, real simple 5-hour trip, turned out to be 13.
Why 13?
Lost a bag on the front, and then the bag goes out. It goes all the way to the asphalt.
So you were throwing sparks out?
We threw sparks all over the place, and I thought the car was on fire. Tried to find a set of Carnegie shocks or Volkswagen shocks in a little bitty tiny town that don't have a Napa or an AutoZone in it. Unfortunately, we were saved by a farmer who had some.
So is it hard to find parts for Carnegie?
Not anymore. Not that I know where to look.
Okay, so it took time to find those spots, but now you found them, you can find the parts.
No, I know where to go now.
Okay, good. But it was a challenge to find them?
Challenge. That's part of the air ride setup. It's got part of a 68 Cadillac air ride on the back.
Yeah.
And a Mustang Cobra 2.
Oh, really?
On the front.
So that puts you in the street ride category now with all that modifications, doesn't it?
Right. I was never really into Volkswagen. I was into hot rods.
Yeah, I was going to say, what turned your head into Volkswagens?
I upholstered a seat for a guy, and he had 2 of these sitting outside of his shop. He goes, "What would you do if you had that?" I said, "I'd lower it, make it look like a Bonneville salt flat runner." He says, "Well, you can have it, and I got another one over there if you want it too."
He gave it to you.
Yeah, it was a good trade. Really,
I
really
love
good
it.
trade.
I love it. So, Michael, can you do me a favor? Can we get this bad gear?
Yeah, we'll try it.
Try it?
Okay, so do you have a VW in the show today?
Yes, I do.
You do. It's this lovely lady right here, huh?
Yes.
Have you named her yet?
No, but I'm thinking I might this weekend.
Yeah, I think you need to. Brian told us that all these VWs have names. That's not true in your case, huh?
Not yet, anyway. Not yet.
If you could choose a name right now, what would it be?
Silver Queen.
Oh, I like that one. I think you just named her.
Yeah.
She is fun. Have you done a lot of work on her?
Until about midnight last night.
Oh my goodness, so you were up prepping her for the show, is that right?
Yeah, I broke the shifter in it and the transmission parts and stayed up late fixing it for last week or so. And I wanted to come to the show and
Now, I do not own a Volkswagen, so what would be your best pitch to me on why I should buy one?
Go drive one.
Right?
An old car that gets good gas mileage, that's, it's mechanical. Anybody can fix it. That's the best part.
It's kind of my size too, don't you think?
Yeah, oh yeah, they're great size. You put them in any garage,
Some people say that Volkswagens are left out of the whole street rotting scene. Do you agree with that?
I'd say in the last couple of years, it's getting a lot stronger because I've owned other Chevelles that basically, when you look at an old Volkswagen, you go, okay, but I've never seen a Volkswagen that was the same as another one.
Right.
And, you'll have ones that are dropped, you'll have ones that are in, still working on them, but everybody's owned them. You talk to people and they say, "Oh, my first car was a Volkswagen." So, people have been doing it for a long time and it's getting more popular by the day.
So we've described it today as a passion. That's definitely what you have, right?
Yes, it's in you,
Very cool, very cool.
Ed has owned 10 VWs throughout the course of his life. Will this be the last one? Only time and his wife can tell. We have Ed and his 10th Volkswagen next on Street Rotting American Style.
I found a sweet Volkswagen. It is beautiful. I don't even know what color it is. I don't know how to describe it, but I got his owner right here, Ed. Ed, you got to tell me what we're looking at, man.
We're looking at a 63 Volkswagen ragtop.
In 1963, President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. The troll doll was everywhere, and the game Mousetrap was introduced.
Tell me what you've done to it.
Well, I've actually done a lowering kit to the front, larger brakes, and new rims. I put some late model rims on it, or reproduction rims on it.
The BRMs?
The BRMs.
What kind of motor we got in this bad boy?
We got a dual port 1600 that's got a smaller carburetor, and it appears to be a 63 if you don't look at it too close.
Because in 63, we would have had the single port motors, the 1200, 1500 single port motors, is that right?
Yes.
How about that? And you just went ahead to go ahead and get something a little bit peppier, a little bit beefier, got the upgraded brakes, got a beautiful paint job.
Thank you.
Who would want to restore a Volkswagen?
I started in high school. I had a couple of Baja Bugs, Carmen Gias. This is my 10th, and my wife says the last Volkswagen.
That almost brings a tear to my eye. This cannot be the last Volkswagen. This thing is a beast. We gotta have more Volkswagens. Now, under the hood, I noticed that there is a smoke detector. Why on earth would you put a smoke detector in this thing?
Well, I'm kind of a comedian, and whenever I see anything that works, to get a little of attention, I like to go with it. And having lowered the front, my tires rub the fenders.
So we're gonna get some heat now.
So I also get a little smoke, so I put a smoke detector under the hood.
So under the trunk / hood, we've got a smoke detector. Tires heat up, it detects the smoke, it'll go off. Now you know you're on fire, you can pull over and get to the side of the road.
Absolutely.
I also noticed you got the smoke fire extinguisher in there as well, so that's good to go.
They like to burn up, so.
What a shame.
Got
I'll bring a tear to your eye.
Little gas leak back there, and that's all it takes.
Well, the motor is in the back, and a lot of times the guys will run their fuel filter right smack dab off the carb on top of that hot motor. You get a leak there, poof, you're in flames.
That's right.
Yeah.
And everything has to be buttoned down seriously to avoid any gas leaks.
So if we're gonna flame up that easy, this is a hot rod?
This is a hot rod.
Heck yeah, it is. Sweet. What else have you done to this thing? The interior is immaculate. Have you done that?
Yeah, it's been replaced, and all the plastic vinyl and all that's been gone over. The bolts, nuts, and everything have been fixed. Dash has all been repainted when the car was painted.
What have you done?
I lowered it and cleaned up all the little parts, the things that make it look nice,
Yeah.
like detailing everything and
Now,
making it show-worthy.
it is show-worthy. There's no doubt about
Thank you.
that. It's a beautiful car. You almost have a concourse-worthy vehicle here. It is beautiful. The slam to the ground. Do any of the purists ever come to you and say, man, your car is so hot, why would you put it to the ground? Why not just go completely stock?
Because I'm still a kid, so
Amen.
I'm right in there with the kids lowering their cars.
It
so
looks cool like that.
Thank you.
How does it ride?
Pretty good. It could be better. That's what I'm working on, detailing that out, making that better too. So
I imagine you get a lot of attention running around in this thing.
Or you can't stop at a gas station without finding 3 new friends,
Yeah.
So it's fun.
This thing is so gorgeous. Does your wife help you work on it?
She writes the checks.
Well, we're talking later. Where's she at?
She's right over there.
You and me, we're gonna have to talk later because I got some checks and some money needs to be written for on the line. This thing is beautiful, man. Well, thank you so much for letting us look at it. It's just, you've done fabulous here. It's a showstopper. I got one more question for you.
Yes, sir.
Can we hear this bad bug?
Absolutely.
Let's fire it up, man.
When I walked up, I saw your awesome bus. This is your ride, correct?
That's correct.
Correct.
Yes.
What year is it?
It's a 1966.
A 1966. So did you come with a bunch of friends?
We did. We
You
came
did?
with a bunch of people from Salina.
Salina.
Yep.
So is this your bus or is it your bus or?
It's our bus.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like that. I like that.
We each have our own bug, but
Uh-huh.
this is our bus.
So this is not your only VW?
Correct.
Correct. So you have bugs, you have the bus. You have any more VWs?
A Jetta.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a VW family, right?
Yes,
There you
yes,
go.
very much.
There you go. Now, okay, we've been told that everyone names their VWs. Is this true?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
yes.
Okay, the bus name?
The bus's name is Patches.
Patches? Why Patches?
Because we have grand plans. We have been collecting patches, just all kinds of patches. We're gonna actually redo the interior, but we haven't got there yet.
Uh-huh.
It's on our list of projects.
Very cool.
but-
You know, and kind of the stereotype for some of the buses is that throwback to the 60s kind of look. Is that what you're going for, I'm
Yep,
assuming?
absolutely.
And then it's going to go back with the Patches theme and all that,
Yep,
right?
absolutely.
Okay, names of the bugs?
Mine is just Hood Rat.
Hood Rat?
Yep.
Is it a rat rod?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's about an inch off the ground, black and white
Uh-huh.
flames, old coolers on the top,
Uh-huh.
checkered deck lid, but
Okay, so do you feel pretty accepted by street rodders then if you pull up in your rat bug?
I do.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I'm really surprised at how many people will stop and look at it when they have real rat rods.
Right, because sometimes that acceptance isn't there all the time.
Right.
So that's cool that you feel a part of that. Okay, and so the other bug?
It's fairly new. I don't think it's got a name yet.
Okay.
She doesn't have it. She doesn't have a name yet. She is a '69 red convertible.
Fabulous.
Yeah, and so it's just now convertible season, so I kind of have to drive her a little bit to get her a name.
So you want to feel the car before you actually have a name. Okay.
She has to earn her name.
There you go. And so how long have you had that one?
6 months maybe.
Okay.
Maybe 6 months.
Still new.
Yeah, it's
still
really
new.
new.
Okay, so do we have a name for the Jetta?
Her name is Nada.
Nada?
Not a Honda.
Oh, there you go. That's definitely a sticker you need to put on the Jetta for sure.
Exactly. Very much so.
We can guarantee if you saw Riley's 61 VW pickup coming down the road, you would look twice, if not 3 times. It's very unique, and it's coming up on Street Rodding American Style.
Riley, the truck is cool. What are we looking at?
We're looking at a 1961 single cab Type 2 pickup truck.
In 1961, the first Six Flags theme park opened in Arlington, Texas. The first disposable diaper was introduced by Pampers, and the first electric toothbrush was produced.
Single cab. Now, why a single cab? Is that opposed to a dual cab?
Yes, it is. Being that it has a 1 row of seat, they call it a single cab.
Okay.
And a dual cab has 2 rows of seats.
Now, would you rather have a dual cab or a single cab? Or doesn't it matter?
Being a family man, I would rather have a dual cab so I get more room.
But this came about, this got thrown in your lap almost, or not?
No, came across it and fell in love and had to have it.
Where'd you find this?
I found this through a friend. And
a friend?
Yeah, a friend came across it and I had to have it.
So he knew you wanted one?
Yeah, he wanted one too, but he came across it and decided it was too much for him, so I got a hold of it.
So what is it in your life that you come to the point saying, hey, I think I like Volkswagens?
My brother left for the military when I was 16 and he left me a 72 Bug and I drove it around while he was gone and I've been in love ever since.
So when you got your driver's license, that was the first thing and you were just smitten?
Hooked.
Do you think they get a bad rap when it comes to street rodding?
Oh, they're looked down on.
Why?
Just because they're non-American, you know.
Okay, so you think it's really because of the non-American part?
Yeah, and they're different. They're all different. Very different.
Because the truck is so cool.
Yeah.
What have you done to this truck that makes it a little different?
I've lowered it all the way around.
Is this a static drop or you airbag?
This is a static drop.
Static drop, so it's always like this.
Always like this. So.
What else have you done?
A complete interior kit, seats, panels, everything. When I got it was gutted, nothing in it.
I like the paint job.
Thank you.
Now, when did you do the paint job on this?
A couple days ago.
2 days ago?
Yeah.
Why'd you do it 2 days ago?
Had to get it ready for the show.
I love it. So, are you going to keep it like this?
For a while, yes. A lot of body work to do, and once that's done, it'll go into some color paint.
Right. What I think I liked about the paint job is that it's just all primer, right?
Right.
But you did a little artistic. You did a two-tone primer on this. Normally, when somebody primers it, it's all one color. You went a little step beyond.
I did.
Why'd you do that?
Since it's so different and unique, I wanted to keep it unique, and not everyone has a two-tone primer.
Now, do you get a chance to slug bug people?
Most people don't realize it's a Volkswagen, so
really?
they don't slug bug on these.
They don't know. There's a VW on the front.
I've got a 57 Oval that they slug bug
Do they really?
on. Yeah, they do.
They get you a lot?
Little kids, yeah, all the time.
Is it always little kids, or do you get people?
I get adults too. As I drive by, I see adults hit other adults.
So what's the rule? What's the rules on slug bug?
If you see one, call the color and hit them.
So you got to call the color.
Call the color.
You have to wipe it off or not?
No.
So no wipe offs.
No wipe offs.
Do you have delays?
Usually, yes.
Really?
A lot of people I'll be by a long ways, and my wife will let me know. Hey, they just slug bugged each other.
That's great. Is that kind of the Volkswagen's thumb up when you see somebody slug bugging?
Yeah, I get a lot of thumbs up too. So
yeah. Okay, so you get both grills.
Yeah, I
there.
get both. Yeah.
That is so cool. Well, how long you had this?
About 3 years.
So you get it out every year?
I get it out as much as I can. I bought it, drove it home, and tore it apart. So
did you really?
In between working on it, it's out.
So when you go out, do you just cruise in it, or you?
I do cruise. There's a lot of car shows around here that are more just get together for fun. They're not car shows. I take them to that all the time.
Do you have a name for it?
I don't. I have not named my car.
You want to christen it today? If you could christen it, what would you call it?
I don't know. The biggest deal is I don't know, so I haven't named it.
So why don't we call it I don't know?
I don't know.
Let's call it Ida.
Ida.
This is Ida because I don't know.
Sounds good.
I like it. Thank you very much for me.
You named my truck.
Riley, can you do me a favor? Can we hear this bad boy?
Sure.
That'd be awesome.
We have had a fantastic day today at Bug-O-Rama. Cy, David, and I are all bugged out, but there's been one thing I have been wanting to do all day long. Slug bug yellow!
Cy, I'm glad you taught me going today to this Bug-O-Rama today.
Dude, I told you it was gonna be sweet.
Man, it was great. Great cars, great people.
You bet.
Like Michael's Carmen Gia.
That thing is awesome.
I mean, it may not have been the best looking, but it did grab my attention how low it sat to the ground.
That thing's a beauty.
Oh man, and then I saw Riley's pickup. VW pickups are just unique, and again, it was slammed to the ground. I mean, how about you? What did you find?
So, all right, I find Rod's VW.
Yeah.
It's a Volkswagen, man.
Really?
He has chopped this thing up and completely just turned it into his own personality and creation. I find Ed's ragtop bug.
Yeah.
It is so clean from top to bottom, inside and out. You could eat off of that sucker. Dude, I am so pumped. I just can't wait till next week's show.
Well, you're gonna have to wait. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to too. But join us next week and see why street rotting is more than a hobby.
It's an addiction.
Support for Street Rotting American Style is provided in part by BG Products Incorporated. BG Products Incorporated is dedicated to making vehicles last longer and perform better in the meantime. In shops all over the world, BG Products serves the driving public with innovative products and proven programs of automotive maintenance. More information can be found at bgfindashop.com.